What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for our first real VOD review of set 18. If you guys didn't catch it, PBE dropped yesterday night. At least if you're NA time, if you're EU, you were probably asleep when it dropped because it took a while. It took a while for PBE to deploy. I was afraid that it might not actually get released last night, but it finally came out, got released. I played a ton of games on stream, and the player that we're watching here, Dishsoap, also played a bunch of games on stream. So we're going to watch him. Dishsoap is one of my favorite players to watch at the start of any set, just because this guy, he has really, really good intuition. Really early on into sets, this guy is fantastic to watch because he will just very, very quickly understand what's strong, what's weak, what combinations are strong. I mean, he just has obviously really good game sense and also is really, really good at just very, very quickly understanding what is and isn't good. So start off here, kind of a mediocre opener, honestly. I haven't actually seen this new one again. A Flora Fatalis emblem, champion holding the emblem gains double benefits. Wow, that's a cool one. The Destiny augments are back. So if you guys haven't had a chance to take a Destiny augment yet, you can take Gold Destiny, Priz Destiny, I guess Silver Destiny. I haven't seen it yet, but I imagine that's in the game as well. These are, generally pretty good because +3 gold makes most augments quite good. He's looking at Flora Fatalis saying, maybe we'll play around this. Does have Clear Mind as an option as well, but no, does opt to just take this and gets this new augment, Item Extraction. So this says first 3 times you sack a champion in a Blackthorn Hex, gain a random copy of a random component they're holding. And so yeah, it has this kind of cool item farming like little mini game in this idea. So you can, we're actually not going to grab a component yet. I don't know that he read this augment before he slammed Shojin, because he might have wanted to not slam something there in order to fully tailor. I haven't taken this augment yet, but my assumption looking at it is, say you slam just a tier, I assume that you just get the tier every single time. But obviously if you put the Shojin there, then you're either getting a tier or a sword. So I guess we will see what he wants to go for here. Looking like right now we're just pretty open to lost streaking in this spot, not even looking to farm anything. It's actually a pretty good idea to say we've already made Shojin. We have a pretty good AP mana generation item here, so we don't really want to farm more swords. We don't really want to farm more tiers. We don't really want to farm more cloaks. So we're actually going to delay the farm, play this on lost streak, hope to get, I imagine, a rod off carousel, and then the idea is you can farm pretty quickly to like a death cap plus a spark plus a JG or a double death cap, something like that. Actually makes a lot of sense if you think about it, and just have to make sure that we keep 2 Blackthorn on our board just so that we have the ability to sack when we need to sack. And we do actually pick up some other units that we are going to hold on to here. The Fiddlesticks, the Diana here, just get Spellweaver onto this board. Fiddlesticks, this unit, it feels like he fits on every single board. I feel like every board I'm playing, I'm like, oh, what's a random unit I can throw in? Oh, Fiddlesticks. Oh, wow, I get Spellweaver on this board. I get Flora Fatalis on this board. I get Defender on this board. I mean, these are just amazing traits. Fits into so many different boards. And so we're going to hold on to Fiddlesticks for now. And right now, we actually don't have amazing direction. We're just lost streaking and kind of figuring it out as we go along here. We are not actually first pick on Carousel because a few other players lost harder. We do really look like we are angling for that rod, and we are able to get it. Okay, this is a big pickup for Dishsoap here so that he can start sacking, getting to the death cap as quickly as possible. Yeah, I do think the ideal would probably be death cap Spark JG, but we will see what we want to go for. We do have all 2s here. I don't know that we need it that badly, but we're going to go for it just in case we get something, and we do, wow, get something out of it. We get this 2-star Warwick here that we can play around, certainly. We even have the Ravager in for him, and yeah, we can, wow, even level up to 5 here. So we're going to play it very, very aggro here after winning on 2-3. The idea being that, we won 2-3. Maybe we can try to play for streak here. Only downside is we don't have an item to slam onto this Warwick 2, and so we are actually going to get kind of creamed here. But we still get to make the 20 gold. No harm, no foul. It's not the end of the world. Pick up another rod here, pick up a Rakan too, and you can continue to kind of swap some units around, try to figure out what our best board is here. We must keep Blackthorn in this board. Kind of must play Fiddlesticks just because he's a great Spellweaver to play around. Definitely want to fit the Diana in for Vanguard plus Ravager onto this board. So I like the setup that we're playing a lot here. And then, Rakan is fitting in to fill out the rest of those traits. So yeah, looking like it is going to be a bit of a mixed streak here for Mr. Dishsoap this game. 2 loss, win, 2 loss. One of the worst kind of streak patterns because you're not win streaking, but you're not full loss streaking either. And you would rather, if you completely inverse this streak, right? 2 win, loss, and then 2 win. At least you're getting 4 gold for win, 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 win. But here with 4 loss, you're not getting gold for those wins. So actually a pretty mediocre opener for Dishsoap here. The only upside is we do have this item augment with the fact that we also have a little bit of extra econ from the Destiny augment. So that's something nice. Whenever you take an early item augment, you just want to make sure that you have enough econ to get to our late game comp, and that is probably what we'll have here. And we do end up making the Spark JG Death Cap like we talked about. Have Morello open as a last slam here as well. So honestly, looking pretty chill. And the only question is, what are we going to play this game? There's a lot of different AP carries that you can play for. There's stuff that synergizes quite well with the Blackthorn stuff that we're playing. We obviously don't have to play Blackthorn any further. There's no benefit to continuing to play Blackthorn after those first 3 items are picked up. Sun and Moon, I think if you don't have a solar setup, is not great. Cyber Uplink's really tempting here, but gain 21 gold is also potentially just necessary so that we have enough gold to play the game. I would probably end up greeting and taking the Cyber Uplink there, just because like the idea of +3 components with a Cyber Uplink sounds so good to me. But Dishsoap does the discipline thing and says, you know what? I need gold in this spot. I have no econ augment. I need to at least take 1 econ augment. Even if it's a mediocre one in gain 21 gold, it's an augment that gives me econ, which is what I need here. So that's what TFT is all about, taking what you need in spots like it, like where you actually need it. And that's what we do end up taking here. So another loss for Dishsoap. So yeah, I mean, we really feel bad that we did win that one random fight, because now we have not had any kind of streak this game. We're starting to build up a loss streak again, but having a loss streak that ends up getting broken is, once again, one of the worst kind of like streak patterns in TFT. We do get this Shen 2 off Charm, which is nice. Also, man, I just playing with Charms again, I have to say, it's like seeing an old friend. It's like, oh my god, like Charms are just so cool. The amount of options that they open up, the amount of decisions that they add to the game. Like I know some people will be like, they just reprinted a set mechanic, Bedge. But honestly, I've seen a lot of people pretty positive about them reprinting Charms, being like, honestly, I like Charms the first time, and them reprinting it is a good idea, and I completely agree. I do see an Ari on Carousel here, which could be a little bit of a solution to our problem of who is actually going to carry these AP items this game. We already have Spellweaver in, so we can just pretty easily swap her in. We are on the cusp of playing Elderwood. We have 2 out of 3 right now, so that would make it a little bit harder, you know, if we end up just swapping items over to the Ari. And, you know, maybe we could try to play into Blossom here. Don't quite have it yet. We're just odds and ends. We have little pieces of everything here, but hey, at least we're gonna get this Ari in on this board, get the triple item down on her. Possibly gonna make the Warmogs. Okay, we are gonna make it. Only downside is this obviously does, you know, kill our heal cut components, but it is a really good tank item, and getting to tank items is quite important, especially at this point in the game. It doesn't really matter at this point if we have heal cut or not, but it does matter if we have a tank that can actually survive here, and the Shen's doing a great job. So if we can win one more fight, I do think we will have turned this early game around a lot. Blood and Iron, especially this far into the game, is also quite tempting. I would just pick this up. It's only 3 gold. Ooh, and we find a Mumu under it. A Mumu, one of the premier tanks. This set here gives you access to Inferno, and perhaps this is why and Dishsoap did not prioritize heal cut as highly, is because he was thinking about playing Inferno. Inferno does give you that heal cut for free if you're playing 2, and boom, we get it in there. Also, this trait web is beautiful here. Fits in the Amumu with the Shen that is, you know, Inferno, obviously, and then we're also getting Juggernaut. This Rakan unit, man, I feel like he fits so nicely onto these type of boards. We'll see if he ends up coming back in here, because right now we're playing the Yorick as our Jug on this board. We'll see. Did he's playing Rakan right now for 3 Jug, so we'll see if he wants to keep it in or not. I mean, you already have 2 in with the Yorick, but also Yorick could certainly come out later. Barter is another just like really solid econ charm here, so you know you can take this, sell. Oh my god. That was actually disgusting. Made the Diana 2 and just sold that for 24 gold. The charm actually just gave him 23 gold here. Well, you know, like technically it's not 23 gold because he would have gotten gold for selling the guy anyway, but like still like almost 20 gold he just got from a charm there, which once again, just, I mean, is what makes charms so cool, is these like random little things that you can do, these tiny little optimizations that will actually just like, that's like better than a silver augment that we just got from that charm there, which was absolutely crazy, actually. Oh, and it was because it was upgraded off of the off of having Blossom in, right? This normally gives you 200% gold, but it's 300% gold because we have 3 Blossom in here. Oh, just beautiful from Dishsoap, actually. I mean, really fortunate that he finds this Diana, but yeah, being able to sell this for 24 gold, I mean, that is just disgusting here. All right. We are now quite rich on 4-2 because of that extra gold that we got there. So we are going to be able to easily roll down on 4-2 if we want, or honestly on 60 HP, we might just make this a fast 9. Especially with another Econ Og, though. I don't know. Malicious Monetization is a weird last Econ. I don't know that you can really take it. He's looking at taking it with the idea of fast 9ing here. Could also just take... ooh, Explosive Growth looks a lot better, actually. Yeah, this... Okay, this is much more consistent. This is a very consistent fast 9 setup that we can take here. We also pick up 5 Blossom here. This is going to be really nice to give us a charm every single shop. We saw this in our last Avad review. And so, yeah, just going to be really easy to play towards this and is actually going to end up making the red buff. So not super worried about the fact that we already have Inferno in, and we might have Inferno in the entire game. This is a really easy trait to play the entire game with just a Mumu plus Shen or a Mumu plus Kennen late game. It's very easy to just play Inferno forever. But Dishsoap saying, I don't mind building heal cut here, especially because, you know, only the units that the Inferno units are hitting are getting heal cut. And hey, maybe we want to end up heal cutting like a backliner with some kind of like splash damage or something like that. Ooh, a little bit of reroll actually on kill there. That's not bad. And once again, it's only 1 gold. A lot of these 5 Blossom or 3 Blossom charms are either cheaper or have really nice effects. So yeah, honestly, this Blossom trait is just it's weird, but it is kind of an econ trait. Also, yeah, look at this. Wow, we just farmed 7. We just farmed 7 rerolls. This fight does actually insano mode. I mean, that was Giga high roll. I also I don't know how it looked like he farmed 2 off the last unit. That looked quite strange, but in any case, really good stuff. We also, wow, we're going to be allowed to pick up Elder Dragon off Carousel. Elder Dragon so far to me has been, if you're not investing it in playing through Rift Beast, pretty underwhelming. If you are investing it in playing through Rift Beast, quite strong. Obviously, it's pretty easy to just fit in an extra Rift Beast. So we will see. Honestly, I don't mind a training yard here. Yep, just to take this. Not sure why those spawned on the enemy side of the board, but all good. I mean, they might... Wait a minute. These might do the thing where they eat a unit. Like, oh, no. Actually, the reverse happened where it got eaten by a Mumu. That is the one thing to obviously point out about PvE. I don't think it really needs to be said, but there's some bugs. There are certainly some bugs on PvE. I mean, Riot warned us of this ahead of time, is that this is going to be probably the buggiest PvE ever because of the switch to the Unreal Engine. That's why we're doing a month-long PvE. So hopefully they can get a lot of these bugs fixed in that full month period. We shall see. But I mean, honestly, I'm just loving playing a new set of TFT, having a good time. All right, time for our level 9 roll down here. We are also just going to pick up any decent charm here. See Coven Lux there, not super excited about that. See Kennen here, and boom, Kennen 2 actually shows up really quickly. So we're going to play towards him. And part of the reason why we're doing this VOD review is because, I mean, look at this Kennen already. 0 item Kennen, just dashing into the middle of the board there, getting that Inferno on the entire board. Kennen really blew me away this game, even without too many items. Like, look, just 0 item Kennen here, 2k damage, getting that Inferno onto everybody. Has Primal Lux here, who's actually one that you can think about, but I was... Just watch this Kennen this game, especially without that much investment. It's not like we're going all in on playing towards this Kennen. Just look at the type of DPS that this Kennen outputs this game, and you'll be surprised. I certainly was, at least. Sees Primal Lux again, which is quite funny here. Going to continue to roll down. Finds this Gnar here, who's the idea. We're going to fit the set in on this board. Hit Ari as well. So yeah, wow, this ends up being a really beautiful board. So Dishsoap builds out this idea of a 3 Blossom board with the Ari plus the set, and still playing the Yorick here. Gets the Yorick in then for Juggernaut, then can get Inferno in with the Amumu still in, plus the Kennen on this board. Has Spellweaver in with the Alune, and then that also allows him to play the Diana for Lunar as well. So a very cool trait web, and then we can just fit Taric in at the last, at the end here for Vanguard, and also for just Taric being Taric on this board. So I like it a lot. Alune, honestly, I've been a little bit underwhelmed by this unit so far on PvE. She just does not seem to do that much damage. I think her damage numbers will just have to be buffed, honestly, because like she has this really cool animation where she just drops the entire moon on the enemy board, which looks incredible, and then it just does like it just tickles them a little bit. So it's just like funny where she has this like crazy beautiful looking animation, and then it's just like, okay, what does she do? Not so much. So yeah, I hope to see her damage buffed up a little bit, but yeah, pick up the Rick here. And I mean, this is really pretty much our board at this point here. Also, Gnar is on the board now that I'm looking at it, just for Brawler. Yeah, just as a decent enough Brawler onto the board. Okay, I mean, I could see it. And he's also just a good 5 cost. He has CC in his kit. That's the Alune Moon there, if you haven't seen already. I don't know if I showed it on this channel yet, but I mean, it's just insane, just absolutely insane. Yeah, I guess Gnar's just the best Brawler that you can play on this board, and you need to play Brawler for set. Okay, makes sense the more that you think about it. But yeah, I mean, just a really nice Fast 9 game from Dishsoap, playing around this very cool. I mean, a lot of the games that Dishsoap played today were just these cool kind of like, I'm just in a spot where I can go Fast 9, play around, just very much like a flex, very horizontal board. A lot of different traits put in here. This is not your vertical play, just 9 blossom, 7 blossom, especially some of the VODs that we've been looking at so far have been that. But Dishsoap, the king of playing good stuff. And look at this, by the way, 5.8k damage from this cannon, whose only item, his only real damage item is a death. Thank you for all the people who wrote but yeah, I should have given it a second. Okay, now thank you to all the people who said bless you in the YouTube comments. But yeah, like his only real damage item is a death cap here, and he's like almost doing as much damage as our Ari. This guy's just a monster here. And once again, I like the Alune. I think is a total fraud here. But yeah, I mean, he's also heal cutting the board. I mean, this guy's just a monster. The Ari also doing pretty good damage. The problem is she just has like a very long cast animation. But hey, look at this fight. Most damage done by the cannon. We do just get kind of farmed by the Elder Dragon, which is a bit unfortunate. But hey, I mean, we're looking at level 10 at this point. We could theoretically roll down for... We'll probably roll down a little bit here to find some of our upgrades, just because we're actually pretty close to a lot here. Definitely, selfishly, I'm looking at cannon items. Ooh, we do take this with the idea that we can actually hit execution here, which would be really nice. Pick up Fey Lux here and then end up selling it, which was kind of interesting. I think he was thinking that he was going to play it for a second, and then ends up not. Get... Sadly, Bramble Vest here on this cannon. So yeah, the cannon is really just getting whatever he can here. I mean, to be fair, he does get a shield, so he's a little bit tanky. He's definitely not a tank. He is a unit that just deals damage and gains a shield. But he's slightly tanky. He can be a little bit of extra frontline here. And hey, Alune actually does most damage here. Maybe I'm too much of an Alune hater. Maybe if you get her to 3 items, she is a beast here. But yeah, I mean, at this point, just picking up charms, swapping some items around. So yeah, he is going to move the Vow down to the cannon, get him casting faster, and then get this really just, core setup. Warmogs, Declaw, and Bramble onto the set here. A bunch of cannon damage again. I mean, the double AoE actually looks quite nice on this board, where like cannon goes for Giga AoE, and then Ari goes for Giga AoE on top of it, and sometimes you can just delete entire boards. That's the idea, and the idea is also that we're in a top 2 here. We have killed almost everything else off. I mean, honestly, at this point in the game, especially on this amount of gold, it just has to be like buy a charm. You just have to make sure that you buy a charm, because if you get caught in a matchup where you don't have a charm and they do have a charm, you're going to be very unhappy about that. Move this Yorick up here just to try to eat aggro for a little while. Once again, all the Giga AoEs. Dude, this is bringing me back to like set 1, right? Wasn't there a set 1 cannon, or like super early on there was like a Giga AoE cannon, though I think he was more CC. But look at this cannon go, shielding, casting, cast one more time, shields. I mean, he actually just goes crazy there. 11,000 damage, and that is the win for Dishsoap. So just really beautifully played flex Fast 9 game around this cannon, around this Ari, and I loved this comp, and I love how he played it. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Helps out the channel a lot, especially going into this new set. If you're enjoying the set, if you want to lock in on this set, check out my Metafy down below. Once again, TAC University, we are doing a Giga 2-hour session this Thursday. So if you sub before then, you will get access to that session where we'll be going over everything, all the stuff on PvE, not so much like the meta right now, but a little bit of the meta right now. I know people always care about PvE meta, but PvE meta is super fake. Like, what's meta right now is not going to be meta by the time the PvE is done. But comps are starting to exist. Ideas of units that link together are starting to exist, and that's a lot of what we'll be talking about on Thursday. So thank you guys for watching. As always, I will see you guys later. I will be also streaming today as well. Gonna try to get an earlier stream in, though it is also 3 a.m. as I'm recording this video, so I might sleep in a little bit, but I will definitely get a stream in. So I'll see you guys there for that as well, and catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.